Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I was trying to make this video using my Mobius camera and following it and using that audio and everything, but I'm still working on a good way to get the Mobius camera to follow where I point my controller. If you haven't been following my my channel, don't worry about it. Anyway, we had a terrible rainstorm, windstorm, several over the weekend, and it did a lot of damage. But I wanted to check the roof, and then we'll go see if they're still doing construction over a mile to the south, to the north of us. But anyway, you see all that white stuff on the ground? That used to be on the roof, and it's all over everywhere, and it's tracking into the house every time we go in. But anyway, but what I want to do is I want to take a close look at the top of the roof itself, because it actually, when they were all finished, the section that we're looking at right there was a different color than another section. As you can see up at the top, it's like, what it looks like from the road is that somebody did a patch job. And after all the money that we had to get out of savings to have this roof done, we don't want it to look like a patch job. But so anyway, we called the guy, and he came, the guy that we gave the money to, and he got up and inspected it. And he acted like it was just no problem, but that the granules that blew off the roof were all different colors or something. I don't know. But anyway, I watched them with my drone. I watched them do what they're doing, and I told him, I said, I think they used a different color of coating on the last bucket. But not everybody listens to an old man. But even if I was watching it while they did their work. So anyway. So what it looks like here is you can see dark spots, and you shouldn't be able to see any dark spots. And as we look further up on the roof, up in the part that goes over my son's shop where it's slanted, you really don't see very many there. But here on the flat part, they're just here and there and everywhere. And that's when we had that storm. It was Saturday night about midnight, and it was hitting the top of the it was hitting the roof so hard that it sounded like at times it sounded like it was going to tear something apart. And also it rained so hard that where the water flowed down our driveway from off the road, it rippled the gravel to make it look like sand dunes, how at the bottom of a creek or something. So it was really, really roaring. And then we were kind of concerned about the skylight, because that's right over where our bed was. And as you can see, it looks like whoever used the roller or whatever they did, they didn't do what I think would be a good job. But the guy that came and looked at it said he would be sure that we would be satisfied. So I hope they come back and fix what they've done here, because it doesn't look to me like it's going to last very long. So anyway, we'll let that go. And we've been in touch with them. My wife has been in touch with them since this is Monday, okay? So we had our storm over the weekend. So she contacted them or texted them or did something this morning. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go over to the construction site off there in the distance and see what it looks like, because everything was flooded around here. The road, I'll put a link to my previous video, and also put it at the end of this video as a link to look at. But the water just comes down that road right there that we're flying over, because it's higher at the far end than it is down where we are, and it floods into our yard, and so we had quite a flood. But anyway, I've never heard it rain so hard, well, in my life, but that I can remember. So it was really coming down. But as we go along here, you can see there's a lot of flooded areas, and some people's yards got really flooded. But I guess that guy decided he'd turn around and go back home. Oh, you might have missed it. All right, as we come around here, the field right to our right, they were still going to harvest stuff on it. But the field beyond their flooded area there, that's where they've been doing construction. And if you've been following my channel, I come out and check every once in a while and just fly out here and see how it's coming. And you can see that there's at the far end, there's a white pickup, not far end, but in the middle of the screen there's a white pickup, and then there's a scraper, or a road grader as I call them, and he's trying to fix the road because their road is flooded. The road to get into the construction site is all flooded. And so the guy with the white pickup, he's the guy driving the grader, I'm sure. And of course, since everything is all mud, I don't think there's anybody over there working with their earth movers. So, and it's kind of a sad thing because this project has had headaches from the day they started it, as I remember, because they started last year. The monsoon season hit, and everything got flooded, and they had to let it sit, and for a long time. So anyway, and then there you can see is that shouldn't be flooded. They don't use flood irrigation there. And all the fields, and then will have to. Well, it's too late now, but there's a construction site it would be to the south of us that they got in trouble because they weren't doing flood control. Now, as we fly along here, as you can see, two people walking along, and I know those folks because I meet them on my e-bike in the morning when I go for a ride. They're walking a little late. That's Estebal and Amelia, and she uses a walking stick, if you can see there. They're really fine folks, and they love Jesus too. It's fun talking to them. So anyway, that's the results of the weekend and the flooding that we had, and actually, if you look at my previous video, it tore up a tree in our yard there, which has had all kinds of trouble with breaking limbs in windstorms previous to this. So anyway, that's the story of our flood, and it was quite a rainstorm and windstorm too. We had the windstorm and the rainstorm and the whole thing. We had 2 or 3 rainstorms and windstorms over the weekend. So anyway, it's Monday morning, everything's drying up, and I want to thank you for watching my videos, and God bless.